Okay, Zeit für Action.
Volron! He really was still alive.
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
In dem Fall sollten wir nicht unbedingt eine Jungfer hier
Something
haben.
doesn't seem right here.
Once more, the powers must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
What has happened to him? He's lost himself, reduced to a mere cog in a machine.
Hey, look! Over there!
Isn't that the Maiden's crest? Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
It looks like it's still running, but are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
Ja,
But
so
for
viel haben wir
what
gelesen.
purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy. That said, we should retrieve the Renis Alma. Because right now, we need that most of all.
Ein präziser Kopfschuss von hier.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alvin, look!
The Red Woman! So we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
They all have the same face? How is that even possible?
Okay, cooles Design.
What is this?
Who the hell are they?
It can't be. Are they even people?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
They're not feeling particularly targeted.
It's no use, Alvin. If we don't fight, we may as well be sitting ducks here.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets out of hand.
By the power of flame! Vanish without a trace!
Carved through armor!
Rending you up!
The waters of creation.
Everlasting shock!
That'll
bring you down.
That freaking does it! Eat this! You're done!
Please don't! I'm all stuffed up with the stuff now!
Blazing flame! Take this!
More reduction!
Glacial spear.
Here's the
you.
air thrust!
That freaking does
Between
it!
heaven and earth! A wailing lightning!
Please, I'm on it!
Glacial spear.
I'll be saving this one!
Crumble!
Raging storm! More with that came from! Mega ray! Tunnel! Annihilation!
Hop, 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 hop.
Searing flame!
No dawn shall break this night!
First strike! Penumbra!
By the blood in your dreams! Vanish without a trace!
Can you take it?
This one's mine!
Does it hurt?
I
Lightning
can
orb!
carve through armor! Crescent
Light
flash!
ash malevolent!
I'm on it!
Arcade
Penumbra!
Free flame!
Bleed now. Pierce evil.
Take this!
More free flame!
Könnte mich jemand heilen, bitte?
More where that came from!
Begin!
Raging cascades like spread! Annihilation between heaven and earth! A wailing searing lightning!
Bring you down.
And here! More for the stockpile! Water! Here I go! Supernova! Blood! More where that came from!
Run, Jesus! Hurricane! Dance on the wind! Hegemony! Take this! I can carve through armor!
Tidal wave! Blah 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 magic!
Burn!
And here!
This! Take this! I'm on a roll now! Take this! I'm on it!
Mega ray!
Almost! Faster! I'm on it! Catapult!
Here goes! By the power of flame! Vanish without a trace! Winds of heaven! First force!
Captivity!
Explosion!
My natural defenses are fading. I'm a sitting duck.
Retreat from this battle.
Retreat?
I would never. Winds of heaven. First cyclone.
Heal my weary companion. Cure.
Raging storm.
First stroke. That freaking does it.
Another incantation ruined.
Elusive deity.
Take
This one's mine.
Tidal wave.
Take this.
Healing circle.
Ananda.
I'm grateful.
I'm just
Can you take it? Sorry, trouble.
Blazing blade.
That helped.
A chain between heaven and earth.
Far enough. That freaking does it. You're done. Blazing flame.
Here.
Talon hurricane.
Blood.
Rending you along. Bloody howling. Blazing flame.
Stalagmite.
Pierce through. The flame inside me. Yours.
This one's
To be let
time.
free.
Holy glimmer.
Ignite. Eat this.
Holy wind. Chain between heaven and
Blazing
earth.
flame.
Whirling Dancy of lightning.
That freaking does it.
Heal
my
Glacial spear. Pierce evil.
being interrupted.
I call upon thee. Recover.
Take this. Eat this.
Breath of life.
Heal my weary companion. I'll smash you.
A wailing
Eat
Dancy
this.
of lightning.
Eat dirt.
Tree cleanser.
This one's all mine. I'll finish you here and now. Resonate with the earth. Stalagmite. On
Do
your
it.
knees.
Xion, astral energy. Full throttle. Illuminate the dark. Come forth, holy glimmer.
That's eins.
Surrender! Fighting is useless now!
Do you think it's really over?
Nope.
Astral energy. Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve.
What?
It's self-destructed?
Alphen!
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up.
You had me worried there.
Who said you could touch that?
Damn it! He's awake!
I should have thought as much.
So you know this place?
Naturally, it was built for me, after all. We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart.
Even
Das nicht
after all this
vergleichen
time,
können.
you still insist on hating me?
You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think? Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alf, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Then you mean Boron was kidnapped just like Alphen? But then he became a...
A slave from Dana. like us. Isn't that right, Volron?
So he posed as a Renan and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renan and Danon are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
Who said you
A
can
red
touch
woman.
it?
Another one?
Give your master back on Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
Don't do it!
Serenus Alma!
Okay. Jetzt sollte das jetzt die Zeit für einen Kampf ist.
Can't stay here.
We need to go. Outfit!
Hier ein bisschen Ehre hätte gewesen, darüber nachgedacht, ihn zu retten. Sephiroth. Oh, er ist angewidert. Wir müssen noch ein drittes Mal gegen ihn kämpfen.
Go. But know I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Let's go.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything. Who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am.
John Cena.
Are you two okay?
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Is Volron... Have we finally seen the last of him?
We can but hope.
Sicherlich nicht.
Those red women. What the heck was their deal? Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers in Faria in a trance?
What? Those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renis Alma. Damn it, that's the second time now!
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now those things are what's standing in our
Wir
way.
brauchen einen coolen Namen, wie The
We can
Phantom
head them off at
Thieves.
Rena.
Did you say Rena?
Volron mentioned a master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renis Alma in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dana. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Then we're agreed. Let's head back to the starship.
But seriously, I was not expecting Volron to actually be here.
He seemed to care not one whit about Renans or Danans.
Yeah, not in a good way like with us.
darf hier nicht mal rein.
I didn't see that coming about Volron. As for those red women, to think they were monsters all along.
Tell me about it. One minute they look perfectly human. Next thing you know, they're not actually human at all.
They definitely weren't Renan or Danon. I'm not even sure language would get through to them.
So what were they then? Human Zoogle hybrids?
Is the most terrifying thing anyone said all day.
How about you, Shion? Dohalim? You ever seen anything like that before?
No, never. However, if they're the same as the Red Woman we've seen with Volron, I think it's safe for us to assume they understand our language at the very least.
I had just so much I wanted to ask them. About Rena, and Shion's thorns.
Unfortunately, they blew themselves up before we got the chance. Why would they do such a thing, though? To take us with them? Or in order to keep something hidden?
Both sound plausible to my ears. They took off with the Renis Alma too, remember?
Yeah, they did. And the next time we meet them, we're going to make sure they tell us everything they know.
Bezweifle ich. Ich habe mich hier ja noch gar nicht umgesehen, aber ich bezweifle, dass es hier irgendwas zum Aufsammeln gibt. Der Sockel, auf dem das Renis Alma vor 300 Jahren stand. Er ist jetzt absolut nutzlos. Hier immer noch nicht durch. Aber ich darf mich einmal vollständig heilen.
Coming through.
Now you learn.
I'll face you.
A showdown between blade and fist.
Bring him down. First strike. Elusive deity. Rotating fire.
Now, Dohalim! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes. All finish the end of your thoughts.
We'll soon see about that!
Damn it. It's too fast. Stand by. I'll trip it up. I'll finish you here and now. Hegemony flare. I'll end you. First strike.
Lunar corruption! Lunar blast!
That's enough. Flare inside me. Soaring you left free. I'm ready. Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
I need to be stronger.
Ich brauche die Kristalle hier.
Get lost!
Can't get out of this. You require a hand.
Flame! Reload!
Crumble.
By the power of flame! Enemy supernova!
I'm ready. In an instant. Impact
Now you see what I can do. I'm on a roll now.
Burn it out!
That's enough.
Death on the wind!
A chain now!
Johalim!
All yours, Kisara.
Nice.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Ah, Level 5 Erweckungskiesel. Ah. Noch einen Glückstrank einwerfen. Zu spät.
Let's see what you've got.
Here I go!
Almost. Too slow.
Can't get out of this!
Almost.
As if the normal
You're all
creepy
finished, you
crawlies
hear
aren't
it now.
disgusting enough.
Begin assault. Almost. Too slow. I'm ready and raring. Catapult. Now you see what I can do.
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
Denied. Eat this.
Elusive
Soaring blast. I'll crush you. Lightning reflexes. Tenebrous claw.
The flame is here to be let free! Eat dirt!
Soaring blast. That's enough. Soaring blast.
Can't get out of this!
It's showtime. I can carve through armor.
Here!
I'll answer.
I'll be saving this one! Annihilation! By the power of lightning orb!
Almost.
Leave the charges to me!
That's enough. Talon hurricane. Watch it.
Rending you up!
Here!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Raging strike.
Now
Down on the crumble. I'm ready.
Radiant light!
Kisara, go for it!
Prepare to crumble.
I'm ready for the next battle.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Lunar corruption!
Crescent flash.
By the power of
Can't get out of this! Now or never!
annihilation! Hurricane! These ones can turn rings around
Little
us!
dry. I'm just getting do it. Run well. Demons descend. Flashing fang. Too slow.
By the power of water!
Right. I'll finish you here and now.
Prepare to melodic! Arctic waterfall!
A comfortable win.
Keine Gegner hier. Also können wir gehen.
What the? When did it get pitch dark all of a sudden?
The lights are all out. Think it has something to do with the explosion back in the Forbidden Zone? Doe?
You two.
Faria, Avakir. Thank goodness you're safe.
Avakir filled me in about everything. About how I ambushed you all.
She doesn't remember a thing, so she really was being controlled.
He told me about Tarnigan, too. Is it true?
What difference does it make? What's done is done.
Stop casting me off, just for once!
Faria, not now. It can wait. Dohalim, Lenegus is in grave peril.
So I can see.
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to keep online, but complete restoration's still a way off.
You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
If so, then what's the problem?
panic's begun to set in among the citizens. Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree. But this time, not so much as a peep. Any longer, and we run the risk of riots breaking out before we can get things back up and running.
Forget the Sovereign. I doubt you'll be hearing from him anytime soon.
What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't?
Suffice it to say, the Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler we thought he was. That is, if he ever even existed, which is looking doubtful at this stage.
Are you out of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering such blasphemy, they'd...
There's no time to explain now. It sounds like we need to find a way to keep Lenegis from spiraling out of control.
We need to stop that riot.
But how do we do that?
Nicht mit Angeln.
Riots feed on discontent and unrest, right? So if we want to keep the peace, we just need to put people's minds at ease.
At ease? Like by letting them hear directly from someone they trust.
Doralim?
That's it. Who's the highest-ranking person in Lenegis right now?
Lenegis wouldn't have a next in line. After all, you said the Sovereign rules over everyone directly, right?
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord. And the only one left is... Ah. Very well then. Avakir, you mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
Why hasn't the Sovereign said anything?
Please, won't somebody explain what's going on?
Is it over? What's going to happen to all of us?
Heed me now, fellow Renans of Lenegis. It is I, Lord Dohalim Ilkaris of Eldaman and Sia.
Du hast die falschen Klamotten an.
There, it's Lord Dohalim!
Hold on! He should be in the crown contest! Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now. In my capacity as Lord, I speak to you in his stead. You're afraid, as people so often are when faced with the unknown. I hope you'll allow me to put your fears to rest. The city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter, and things will soon be back to normal. I know that you feel abandoned, perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Lenegis, not the Lords and Sovereign. The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds it together. If we don't allow ourselves to be distracted by our differences, if we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find new hope.
Welch Blasphemie!
I would be honored to stand with you.
Scheiß auf dich!
Not as a person of loftier rank, but as another human being among many. I hope that you'll lend me your strength, for if we can persevere as one, I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
Okay, das war abgesprochen, oder? Dass am Ende seiner Rede die Lichter wieder angehen.
Your speech seems to have done the trick. Looks like the city won't be descending into chaos after all.
I only pray the relief will tide the city over for the time being.
What you said earlier, about the Sovereign possibly not even existing, was it true?
It's still too premature to say with any certainty, but I believe so. This whole time, this world we've been fed was a lie, built on nothing but falsehoods.
But it can't all have been...
I can believe it. After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone, what they did to Faria, it's the only explanation that makes sense.
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority? The very foundations of Renan society? How can we live without someone to guide us?
I'd say we found someone capable of doing just that, wouldn't you?
You? You can't be serious.
I have business I must take care of first. But once everything is over, I shall return. But not as your sovereign, nor as a leader the likes of which the people here are used to, I think.
But how else do you propose to rule?
Together.
I'm not sure yet.
Forever.
All I have is a feeling that here in Lenegis, a new dawn is on the verge of breaking. One in which people won't be judged by birthright or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. More important things. Things like, oh, I don't know, musical talent, for example.
Hey.
When I bumped into you
Das
after all
Kacke.
those years, I said you were no different. But I was wrong. Truth is, you were always different. I feel like maybe now I can finally begin to accept turn against death. To see a future.
You go finish whatever it is you've got to do. I'll hold down the fort here in Lenegis till you get back.
Thank you.
Und auf dich werden sie hören. Nerd.
I guess you're not going to make it to Menancia for the foreseeable future, huh?
Indeed. Forgive me.
Also wenn wir schnell reisen können, können wir sofort nach Menancia.
The people of Elda Menancia can look after themselves just fine. It's the ones here on Lenegis who need someone to guide them. Besides, with you leading the people here, it'll help spread the idea of coexistence beyond Menancia's borders that much faster.
Sounds like you're in it for the long haul.
How could I not be, after the second chance that I've been granted? From this day forth, I shall dedicate myself to the future inhabitants of this world. Though the memories of the departed shall remain forever in my heart.
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
True enough. Whatever would I do without you, Kisara?
With or without her, I
Immer noch nicht
suspect you're
wissen,
gonna
wie du
have your
deine
hands
Wäsche
full when the
waschen
time
kannst.
comes. We should be heading back to the ship. Business on Rena awaits.
Ja. Armeischer Herrscher. Level 4 Bodenart, ist das schon klasse. $50 Verteidigung und es ist nicht mal so teuer, wenn ich mal ehrlich bin. Aber durchdringen ist auch ganz cool.
Looks like the people of Lenegis can rest easy.
I couldn't have done it without your words of encouragement, Law.
Hey, you're the one who made the speech.
I think everybody can share the credit here.
Steht hier immer noch
What do you
unser...
say we check back in on the ranch?
Gott, ich bin pleite. Ha? Ich könnte ein paar Tränke des Lebens verkaufen. Klingt auch nichts. Schweininchen lassen sich für viel tatsächlich verkaufen. Zubehör. Wir hatten doch... Ich brauch das Zeug. Finanziell das Einzige, das ich mir leisten kann, ist nutzlos.
In one sense, when all is said and done, perhaps I have been a slave this whole time too.
You, a Renan Lord? How do you figure that exactly?
I was complicit in the Renan system, bound by its values, resigned to being swept along, without the resolve to take a stand. And when I realized the severity of my mistake, all I longed for was punishment. A lord. And yet my first instinct was to place my fate in the hands of others.
I think I can relate. I couldn't stand watching my people bow and scrape their way through life, but I didn't know what else I could do about it either. The ability to think for yourself and be your own master, that's what separates a slave from a free person. At least, that's what Law's dad Zephyr used to say. Zephyr taught me how to fight. But in doing so, he also taught me how to live.
Even if it means stumbling along the way. If it's on a road of our own choosing, free of regret. Why, that's the road of freedom. Or, to put it another way, so long as his heart is compromised, even the loftiest of kings is no freer than a slave. I think I finally understand now. This Zephyr character sounds like he was a wise man indeed. I only wish I could have met him.
There's just so much I wish I could ask him, especially now. I wonder, have I been correctly carrying on the torch that he passed to me?
Ich glaube, dem sein Hirn wäre explodiert, wenn er sehen würde, was wir alles gesehen haben aktuell.
How long have you known?
Known what?
About the darkness I carry inside me. You seem to have been aware of it for quite some time now.
Why ask me now? What does it matter? But yes, I have. I've pretty much known that something was gnawing at you ever since we left Menancia.
So basically since the very start of our journey then. Just when I thought I couldn't feel more ashamed.
Leave the past where it belongs. We have no need for it now. You're forging ahead. That's what matters. If my brother could see you, he'd be proud.
Not as proud as he would be of his sister, I'm sure.
Well then, just as well it's not a competition, huh?
Kisara? Anyone at home in there?
Sorry. Did I look distracted?
Among other things. To be entirely honest, I couldn't tell whether you were smiling or frowning.
You were thinking about Dohalim, weren't you?
That obvious, huh? I was just thinking how good it is to see him moving forward at last. It was always so infuriating, knowing how capable he could be if he just put his mind to it. A prisoner trapped in a cage of his own self-doubt. But now, he's finally beginning to spread his wings. I'm happy for him.
So, then why do you look so sad?
Oh, I don't know if I'd say sad. There's a bittersweetness to it, I guess. It's good and strange, knowing that he won't be needing me anymore. It probably sounds weird, doesn't it? I have this massive worry off my mind. I should be jumping up and down for joy, right?
Must be that maternal instinct of yours at work.
Rinwell's right. You're like a mother bird, finally letting go as her child takes his first shaking and nervous flight from the nest.
A pretty big child.
That's one way to look at it. I wouldn't like to see Dohalim's face if he heard you say that. All this has made me realize I can't allow myself to become a prisoner of my own making like he was. If Dohalim can forge his own path ahead, then I can too. I won't be left behind.
Keine weiteren. Und tatsächlich auch keine Sidequests. Halleluja. Alle sind happy. Fuck, also. Ach Gott, was war das für ein Geräusch, aber wir haben einen Heilungsarzt bei uns. Na dann. Können wir nochmal nach Berner zurück, um mal zu gucken, was los ist?
I thought we'd find answers on Lenegis, but we just ended up finding more questions.
You can say that again. And now we have more problems to fix, too. Like figuring out how to reform Lenegis.
That can wait for now. We've got more than enough on our plates to deal with as it is. Like figuring out who's really running the show on Rena.
Yeah. Which is why we're going to the Renan homeworld.
All the answers we've been looking for are on that planet. The person responsible for all this. The Red Woman and the Renaissance. The answers have to be there. Are we prepared to finally find them?
So, what do we do first when we get there?
We know nothing about the Renan homeworld or what we might face once we arrive. We should get a feel for how things are on the ground before we take any serious steps.
It's also entirely possible that the first thing we're going to face is an attack.
If we come across a capital, we should... What?
Was wollt ihr jetzt? Das ist unfair, ich kann nicht im Weltraum kämpfen. Und wir sind weg.
Damn! The hell just happened?
Our course has been altered. The coordinates are pointing to a different destination.
What's that?
The ship's controls aren't accepting my commands. The engine is being shut down.
That's bad, right?
Quite bad. We've lost control of the ship.
Is all of this the Red Women's doing?
Are they trying to finish us off before we can land?
Everyone! Look there!
Renner existiert gar nicht mehr. Oh, hat er den Keil schon wieder aktiviert oder was? Riesige Blume.
A flower blooming out of Rena?
Irgendwie wie das, was
That flower
Shion
looks like
an
it's
ihrem
absorbing
Kopf hat.
all of Dana's energy.
And it appears Lenegis is serving as a conduit for that energy to reach here. Could that have been its true purpose all along?
If that's true, do you think the people back on Lenegis are all right?
We can only pray that they are.
Damn it! Haven't they taken enough already? When is this going to end?
The Flower of Oblivion.
With everything that's happening, we need to get back to Lenegis. Is the ship still offline?
Unfortunately, yes. Even more so than when it lay dormant.
Can you fix it?
Starships are extremely complex machines. One wrong move while we're out here in space could very well cost us our lives.
Schlag irgendwo
So
drauf.
what? We're just stuck inside here, floating around? For how long?
I don't believe this. We've made it all this way, and now we're stuck here? We're watching Dana die before our eyes, and we have no
Ja,
choice but to
nutzt
sit
die
here and
Wut,
starve
um
to
die
death?
Reparaturfaust
Calm down.
aufzuwarten.
You're not the only one who's worried here.
Right. Sorry.
It's still too early to give up. There has to be a way to get out of this.
Alphen.
Now what?
The starship, it's back online?
No, this is different. Something is pulling our ship in towards it.
Haben wir keine Rückspiegel? Zum Teufel ist das? Das war nicht Lenegis.
We managed to get moving, but where are we?
It looks like Lenegis in here.
Do you think we might run into more Renans here? Or those red women?
Perhaps. Someone brought us here. The question is, who?
We haven't been ambushed, so that probably means they aren't hostile. Still, why would anyone want to bring us here?
Hey, Shion!
If they wanted to attack us, they could have done so while we were back on the starship. We should see where this path takes us.
Das ist nicht unrecht. Hat irgendjemand was zu sagen? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Boo! Ah! What the? Are you out of your mind? This isn't the time for games, Rinwell!
Oh, come on. How am I supposed to resist with you looking all jittery like that?
It's called experiencing feelings appropriate to the situation. You ought to try it sometime.
Yeah, but seeing you act all nervous, you're making me start to feel nervous too.
Oh, sorry.
Staying alert is important, but too much caution can cloud your judgment. Try to strike a balance.
Oh, können nicht losfliegen. Mager. Alles, was ich hier sehe, ist ein Aufzug.
I still can't get over what we saw happening outside the starship.
Yeah, our planet's really not doing too hot right about now.
I've only ever seen Rena from the surface of Dana, so I figured it was just another round planet like ours. Still though, I never would have imagined Rena actually looked like that. And what's the deal with that giant flower coming out of it?
Ach, die haben wahrscheinlich ihre
I have
eigene
absolutely no clue.
astrale Energie
It's so
aufgebraucht und den
surreal. It
Planeten
looks like a
vernichtet.
broken egg or something.
Rena and Dana. We were taught that both worlds were spherical bodies that floated amongst the stars in the heavens. But to think that they lied to us not only about the Sovereign and the Crown contest, but also the form of our own planet.
Dohalim.
Okay, who's the wise guy that summoned us here?
Someone formidable enough to bring our starship along with us.
They must be here somewhere. Let's find them.
That beam of light joining Dana and Rena. It was the Renan side that it first came from, right?
That's what it looked like. And then the Danon side responded.
Perhaps it was some kind of directive from the Renan homeworld? To reawaken the Wedge and Lenegis?
Which would mean that whoever's behind all this is on Rena after all. But what are they after? Is it really worth going through all this trouble just to steal Dana's energy?
Try to stay calm. With so many factors we don't understand, dwelling on it won't get us anywhere. What is it?
No, it's just... Zephyr once told me the same thing. So much for me making progress, huh?
You made it this far, didn't you? You notice something, you change it. That's all anyone can do. But you can't stand still in the meantime.
Okay. Wir sollen den Lift benutzen. Shion wurde immer noch nicht entführt. Meine Prognose war falsch. Nächste Folge. Da wird sie entführt. Garantiert.